side by side gives you the ability to view and edit up to 4 services at the same time, hence the name side by side. Now with side by side, you can easily move or copy songs, service elements, and volunteers between your services. Let me show you how. So to get started, go ahead and select any service that you wish to view with additional services. And so for this example, I'm just going to show this first service I have coming up. And then when you scroll down, you will see at the bottom side by side. It's kind of in the center of the screen here, depending on what your screen looks like. But if I select side by side, what this does is it brings a whole new drop down. Now from this drop down, I can start pulling up additional services or loading them to look at them side by side. And this is so great because so many times I'm trying to plan for the month and I'm wanting to look at 4 services at a time. And so I can select this load services button on the top right. And then I can go ahead and start loading up additional services that I wish to view side by side. So I will go ahead and pull up these upcoming services and then select the load selected services. Now you can view just 2 services side by side or 4 or 3. So I'll look at all 4 here. And there we go. So I can view all of these services. Now we have a few different options here I want you to be in the know on. And that is that going beyond just loading services, you can also add a service from scratch by just selecting the add button. So that's something good too, and you'll probably see why a little later. Now, as I look at my services with all the different songs and service elements I've got going on here, I have some options. And down here at the bottom, I have the option to either copy between services or move between services. And this is so great because let's say I'm looking at this service and I say, you know what? I want to move Joy to the Lord over here to this service to the next week. And then I'm going to move All My Hope over to this week instead. Well, I can do that. Oh, but what did I do? I actually copied. So this is why you just want to double check and make sure that you're selecting that move between services instead of copy. There are a lot of situations where maybe you just want to quickly copy things over, or some where you just want to move things over. And what's great about side by side is from here I can actually easily just select things and edit them right from side by side, or just remove them from the outline altogether, just like you do on your worship outline. Now another option too is whenever I'm selecting things, which I just saw a minute ago, when you select it you can edit it, you also have the option to actually select multiple items at a time. And so if I click to select, I know there's a lot of selecting going on there, but if I do that, I can actually select multiple items. And then I can actually move all of these items to another service if I wanted to do that. So I just wanted to show you that real fast so you can see this is such a great tool for being able to copy things over from one service to another, to move things over from one service to another, and to edit things while looking at all of your services all at once. Now, I've only shown you songs and service elements, but this is so valuable for, as you scroll down, you see now I see all my people. And so the top part of side by side is the songs and service elements. The bottom part of side by side is all of the people. And so from here, I can actually go ahead and I can move people between services if I needed to. So maybe Carrie Jacobs can't play keys this week, but she can play in the first week. Then I can just move her over here. And then I can say John will just switch with her. I already talked to them the other day and they said they would switch, so I can do that. So it just makes it really great for people who are trying to schedule all their volunteers. Sometimes you can feel like you're herding cats when you're scheduling all your different volunteers and different teams. And this is just such a great tool that's going to help you with that. And you can also, FYI, if I select this little button, I can send out invites right from side by side with this. Another thing too is I can add people right from here as well. So a little earlier I kind of alluded to this. Many of the core features and functionalities that you're doing on the regular worship and scheduling screen, you can actually do from side by side. And in fact, as you start using side by side more and getting familiar with it, you may just find yourself using side by side primarily. So that is side by side. To learn more about worship and scheduling or just any other features in ChurchTrac, click that help button to view our online user guide. It is filled with hundreds of articles, screenshots, and videos. Speaking of videos, we post our entire library of videos and our live streams on our YouTube channel, so be sure to check that out and hit subscribe.